Yeah, okay, so please forgive me if my words are kind of jumbled and I'm stuttering a little bit because my, as I've been going through this awakening, my right side of my brain had been shut down, and I'd forgotten about it because it had been, this has been years, right? It's like, it's something that happens pretty early on, and I'd kind of just got used to it. And then here lately, I've been feeling more sensation, and it's like, it's coming back online. But there's like, it's causing some jumbled upness, so please forgive me if I'm searching for words a little bit. The messages that have come out have been really strong, so just be patient with me. But yeah, that psychic energy, it's really beautiful energy. So I feel like with that being your, but it is the moon, right? I feel like, look how this horse has the third eye, and we have the third eye, and they're all touching each other. Like, these are definitely all you. I look down at Bob Dylan, and he kind of looks a little bit like... Sorry. But yeah, I feel like... Man, this horse is really speaking to me. Like, the way it's like, looks so fierce, right? This wild, free energy. And we see this wheat, right, in its mane. So there's this, harvest kind of feel to it. Loyal, right? And I feel like with that moon there is this kind of unknown factor, right? You're tuning into it, definitely. Like, you've been opened up to a new world here in the past, and you're really exploring it. And there does seem to be like there's no fear. I feel like this anxiousness is coming from like those downloads, right? Because I'm looking at the crown and all of this energy here. But you're being protected once again, all right? There's this protection here. We're going to come back to that though. But I just I felt the need to address that, right? We're the high priestess, the downloads, right? I'm just really getting that. So some kind of awakening that you're getting these downloads and feeling them so strongly, right? Because that can discombobulate you for sure. Okay, so we'll start here in this center. And I'm really drawn, I think it's funny, I'm drawn to the fact this eye is here, right? The blue and the eye. And this is somebody else looking in on you, right? And it says every portrait is a self-portrait. And, I definitely get this feeling that there's somebody mirroring you, right? This is kind of Four of Wands territory. But, also this feeling like, this love, we always see ourselves and other people, right? And it's funny, I've thought about this, this every portrait is a self-portrait before, and I actually thought about this deck this deck made me think about this card, because a lot of the people look very similar, right? This guy looks like this guy, this guy doesn't look too much different, right? And I think about this friend of mine, and she would, she did this portrait of me, and it ended up, you could tell it was me, but it also, she'd made it look more like herself, right? We can't help but see ourselves in other people. We can't help but paint ourselves into other people. So I just, it's interesting. And so that's another reason why I feel like you're really getting reflected back, right? This could talk about those triggers. I feel like y'all probably had one last time. But there's also this study, right? This study of yourself. And it's been the reason that you can do this, right? Because the Page of Angels is a watcher. And I think you are watching others. You are learning from others, learning about yourself from others, right? And all of this has been because of this expansion in the past, this other world. And there's probably a certain amount of study of that as well that's going on during this period, right? We have the snake here, which is about growth and expansion and shedding old skin, right? We see this eye here. This, I wanted to say portal. So yeah, maybe we have this Ankh here, right? There's all this wisdom, this transformation that's being represented in this card. And so, yeah, I think during this time period, it's all, even your interactions with others, it's all this study of the self. And then we have above, right, what you're working towards. And it's interesting that we have, these 3 sections here, and then we have 3 symbols. And I think you're making plans for your future, right? He is an architect. And he made amazing studies that, it's all about humanity. And, but it's like, theory makes perfect, practice makes problems. And I feel like there is something that you're working on because, right, the Knight of Angels, or Knight of Swords is about movement, right? And this is your truth. This is something that you feel passionate about. It's the watcher, right? It's like there's probably not a lot of movement. Theory makes perfect, practice makes problems. And this brings in this 7 of Trees here, right? This contemplation, this reassessment. And this is kind of, a lot of us are going through this. This is when you've got to keep keep that truth, right? Keep moving forwards. And I feel like this might be part of this 9 of Angels here as well, right? That as we're moving forward, we are, things aren't necessarily moving the speed we want them to, right? This incremental growth. You're shooting high. And I feel like there is going to be success here, right? Because we see it. And I see, this makes me, this High Priestess with the Teacher here. I do feel this mystic teacher kind of a vibe coming through here, which is what you might be trying to achieve here. Oh. But yeah, just real quickly, I don't know if I need to say anything else about that. Just that, this is, try collaborating with Andy Warhol here. We see this person here. And I feel like, perhaps this is the same person too, right? This mirrored person. This could be, this is Mars in Gemini. So it could be a Gemini, right? For some of you. So there's this collaboration that might be in the works. But I also, Basquiat, I feel like these downloads, it's like past lives, right? There's this primal energy in Basquiat's work. And if you've ever looked at it, if you haven't, I advise you to do so. because it's really powerful, right? It's like, it looks like he's in this picture anyway, that he's got a crown that he's using, right? It's very childlike. But when you see his work, right, those strokes, they're strong, they're powerful. The colors are bold, right? There's like this very powerful energy that comes through in those paintings. Which he just sold, well, not just, it's been a few years, I think now. But the most anybody's ever paid for a painting. Look that one up. It's so cool. All right. So I feel like that kind of energy is, you know, and that's it. It's really powerful energy, very primal energy. And that's, you know, that's why I really feel this need to ground, which the horse, you know, that is earth, but we also see that moon there, which kind, you know, that wild kind of energy. So just make sure that you're grounding, right? Possibly, I was thinking, I just saw the horse running in my head, right? Get some, do some physical exercise that will kind of expend some of that extra energy, because I think you probably have some, right? With this eroticism, this, yeah. Even this King of Stars here in the air element. And, you know, it's the alchemist. And I think you are either, I think there's inner alchemy going on. I think you're kind of experimenting in your mind, right? And there's this analytical energy that's going on with all these swords, right? And of course, with this Mars and Gemini, that's things getting kind of out of hand, overanalyzing, which that Gemini energy will do. Right? And this is even contemplation, right? There's all kinds of planning that's going on here. You know, you've got your eye on the future, but the alchemy that's going on in your head with all these downloads, right? That electrical impulse going on. I feel like it's got you energized. It's, you know, Mars and Gemini, and you're wanting to move forward, but this is Saturn in Taurus. So there is that, you know, pull back. Now you want to move forward? Nope. You got to pull back. You know? And it is kind of frustrating, right? And I feel that's that horse wanting to run free, and it feels stifled. So just, you know, do some exercise, do some meditation, right? All these things to kind of calm yourself. I feel this need for calm. And I think you do get there, right? Over here. The High Priestess can be a little, especially with, and I'm sorry if you heard my stomach growling. I am on day 4 of a 4-day fast. So that might be one of the reasons I was trying for words there. But, yeah, it's all good. At any rate, right, there's a lot of gray that's going on here. But I feel like you're going within. Yeah, there might be, you all are holding secrets. It's been like pulling teeth to get information in these. You're holding secrets. I think, yeah, this could be about connecting with someone psychically. But, you know, this portal here, there's this definite energy of moving between worlds. This 6 of Stars to me here lately, it says success, and there could be, it's not, yeah, I feel like if we are receiving success at this point, it's probably like smaller ones, which we need to embrace and, you know, see that as a sign of things starting to move ahead, right? The smaller successes are just leading to bigger successes, right? This incremental growth. But more than that, it's about being in the moment, right? Really enjoying, finding the little pleasures in life. And really, if you have a small success, right? Really enjoying that, right? And I feel like this is saying success is in the stars, right? And I feel like you can feel that. If it's not happening, you can feel it. And I feel like you're feeling this emerging relationship with spirit,